Hello, I'm Jude Odell, General Director of the Jupiter Opera Development Foundation. Thank you for giving me the precious resource of your attention today. I would like to use this time to talk about self-interest and generosity, two seemingly opposed qualities of character that every Jupiter artist needs, and the careful calibration of which separates a Jupiter creator from all others. As artists, we require a measure of self-interest simply to exist as creators, that most audacious of job descriptions. We have to believe in our own visions and work tirelessly toward their execution, and we are fueled merely by the occasional grant or compliment, the rare good recording, and the vital personal interest we each maintain for the worlds that thrive in our heads. Counterintuitively, then, Jupiter seeks to underwrite this self-interest while allowing and encouraging it to expand. We do believe that we are better aesthetically as well as financially, personally, as much as professionally, when we learn to work well together, when we each allow the others to create at the top of their particular game, honoring them for doing it well and taking our ease in the sure confidence that our colleagues' success does not threaten our own. In looking back at the relatively few heartaches in Jupiter's early history, my disappointments comprise a scant handful of incidents, but they seem to coalesce around the idea of creative insecurity and our unwillingness to support our peers. In fact, seeing one another as allies rather than competitors is very important to me personally, because when we lash our little ships together, then we're best prepared to rise on the inevitable tide. You'll notice that I credit Jupiter for these little tangential National Arts Endowment and Opera America wins. I don't have to speak or think of these wins as a corporate victory. Technically, I could just be Jude Odell, the winner, the librettist, the dramaturg, but I would rather be Jupiter, the mighty glowing mass of creative potential that occasionally bursts out into solar flares of brilliance. A grant won here, a premiere slated there. All my victories are our victories, because that's how we get more victories. That's how we really honor that creative self-interest by which we survive and thrive. We allow it to expand in scope, covering not just what we touch ourselves, but what we hear and see in the aligned creatives all around us. The fearful creative operates from a place of brittleness and scarcity. They don't encourage or promote their peers because they don't imagine that they have any. The word our is not in their vocabulary. Every creation, idea, impulse, and project is just mine. In spite of their wealth of imagination, they move through the world as if shackled by the meanest poverty of spirit, as if inspiration comes rarely and never when bidden, as if their most recent work might indeed be their last. Under such conditions, really delusions, how could any collaboration not be painful? How could compromise not feel like an amputation, rejection like abuse? How, pray tell, could one possibly raise one's voice in support of another artist? What a bleak caricature. But at Jupiter, we have seen communication, collaboration, and mutual respect wither under the anxious watch of self-interest. We have lost colleague artists who wanted to partake of the benefits of our little community without contributing anything back themselves. So moving into 2026 and beyond, I am personally encouraging all Jupiter artists to ease into a broader, more comfortable, more confident expression of their self-interest, to learn through experience the exquisite pleasures of professional generosity, to feel yourself mutually supported by allies who share your values and our goals, to promote and be promoted by one another, to encourage and advise one another, to grow into a living body of work and of intentions where every member rests in a state of productive coexistence with the others. This is the paradox of generosity, right? The more you give, the more you receive. When one Jupiter show has a premiere, I do expect each one of you to sing its praises as if it's your own creation, trusting that we will all have your back when it's your time to shine, and aiming toward that common goal, mutual, collective success. Look metaphorically to your left and right. You are surrounded by composers, role originating performers, skilled musicians, even a couple top shelf writers. You are in the best place at the best time, and we are the very best people. If you allow some of that so necessary self-interest to encompass this beautiful, growing we. You will be part of the center of gravity that is Jupiter. When I chose that name, Jupiter, one of the things I was looking at was exactly that mass, gravity, this collective weight that just draws you in. We're not a production company, but we are evolving into that force, and people are starting to pay attention. When one Jupiter show succeeds, all Jupiter people benefit, and I'm looking forward to bringing home lots of wins this coming year for all of us. I will conclude with two thoughts for you to recycle and reuse as needed. One, there's a yes in there somewhere. As a sometimes self-protecting creative, I have also had knee-jerk no reactions spring to mind when I'm offered a compromise that doesn't align with my initial vision. In learning this phrase, there's a yes in there somewhere, in the halls of business many years ago, I bought myself some time to mentally, creatively, spiritually stretch myself around a new idea before my reflexes reject it out of hand. So you're a creator. Train your mind to flex and grow around new contours and envelop new concepts. The next time you feel big no coming on, say instead, there's a yes in there somewhere, and just sit with it and stew on it until you find that yes that's like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I love that. Find that yes that you can actually buy into because it is in there somewhere. And second, and finally, love. Jupiter was created out of this deep personal and universal love, and it will always be a place where love comes first. I try to lead with love. I love each one of you, and there are enough definitions of love that you can pick the one that's most appropriate to our particular relationship. And I want love to be apparent in everything we create and everything we produce out into the world. I want our only real product to be love. This is not me being some sort of hippy-dippy person attempting profundity, but rather this is actually the unifying principle of our group. We create love for a love-starved world. We're not perfect, neither is love, it's not supposed to be, but we hope that the love we create is as close to our ideals as it can be. We hope that in the end, love is what we put back into the universe with our limited time and our unlimited imaginations. In the apt words of a key Jupiter show character for the coming season, and in defiance of all contrary forces, I end my first annual address with this mandate to all of Jupiter, from all who wait to see our stories unfold. Let there be love. Once again, I thank you humbly for your attention, and I wish you the very best of success in all your creative endeavors. At Jupiter, we love you.